Let's get caught up on some things that happened during the Diddy trial this week. They are not in session today, Friday, or through Monday because it's Memorial Day weekend. So let's go ahead and get caught up. So first of all, let's talk about Kid Cudi being on the stand. All right, so this article, it says Sean Diddy Combs trial live updates. Kid Cudi testifies about relationship with Cassie Ventura and home break-in. So the whole thing about his car blowing up, that was central to this testimony when he was on trial. I'm sorry, when he was on the stand. The trial of Sean Diddy Combs wrapped up its second week on Thursday in Manhattan Federal Court, where rapper Kid Cudi testified about his relationship with Combs' ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura in the ex-trafficking case. Federal prosecutors say that for decades, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced women to participate in marathon sexual encounters called freak-offs, and used his business empire, along with pew-pews, kidnapping, and arson, to conceal his crimes. The 55-year-old hip-hop mogul has been charged with ex-trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Kid Cudi, whose real name is Scott Muscudi, told the court that he started dating Ventura in 2011 when she told him that she and Combs had split up. Kid Cudi testified that after Combs found out that he was seeing Ventura, Combs went looking for him and broke into his home. Kid Cudi also testified that his Porsche was later set on fire with the Molotov cocktail in his driveway. The rapper said he eventually confronted Combs during a meeting at a private club in LA where Combs denied setting fire to his car. Other witnesses testifying on Thursday included George Kaplan, and I'm going to talk about his testimony in just a moment, Combs' former executive assistant who quit after witnessing several violent incidents, Mila Morales, a makeup artist who saw Ventura with facial injuries following an altercation with Combs at an LA hotel, Frederick Zamore, a hotel manager in Beverly Hills who testified that a room would require deep cleaning after Combs' frequent stays, and Joshua Croft, a federal computer forensic agent who said he extracted data from 3 of Ventura's laptops. Now, let's talk about the testimony of George Kaplan. He says that he's the one that was cleaning up the hotels and not the staff because he needed to protect his boss at the time. George Kaplan, a former assistant, testified that he would clean up Diddy's hotel rooms in an apparent attempt to protect the rapper's public image. George Kaplan, who worked as an executive assistant to Combs, testified on Wednesday, May 21st, that he would be tasked with setting up hotel rooms for Diddy across the country, specifically mentioning the Intercontinental in LA and the Trump Hotel in New York. Prosecutors asked Kaplan if he cleaned the rooms for Combs. Yes, bottles of baby oil, Gatorade, once brown crystallized powder on the counter of the bathroom sink. Okay, I wonder what that crystallized powder was. When asked why he would clean the rooms instead of having hotel staff do it, Kaplan said he did because he inferred that he needed to protect his boss's public image. It was implied, protect his public image. I was keen on doing that. Kaplan, who ended the day on the stand, alleged that he also kept a kit stocked with Advil and ketamine, for Combs. Combs is charged with ex-trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution. He pleaded not guilty. Coming back to this person, somebody like Diddy, somebody like R. Kelly, people like this have to have a cleanup person. And it takes a while, but this person, Diddy, has finally fallen out of favor. So now these people are talking. I am wondering how many washed up celebrities have a cleanup person or had a cleanup person in their life that was tasked with doing the dirty work to keep their image clean, because this has happened like 2 decades ago. So this has been kept a secret and under wraps for 2 decades. How is it that so many people were able to keep all of this under wraps? Because he wasn't the only one. He only stayed on until 2015. That's 10 years ago. Who has been the cleanup person ever since? So these people have tons of secrets, and it's all starting to come out of the closet. I wonder how much more other people have seen. The fact that, this is a RICO, obviously, but it's a RICO because other people had to be roped in and aid and abet to keep these people able to do all of these alleged nefarious things. the cleanup crew. Now I want to talk about this man. TMZ put out an article a few days ago unmasking the supposed ex-workers that were doing the freak-offs with Diddy and whoever, and he was one of the people. The name that TMZ gave was Jules, but his name is Vin Armani, and he unmasked himself saying that he was upset that he was actually put on Front Street like he was. So, ex Gigolo, furious about being ID'd in Sean Diddy Combs' trial, damaged my reputation. Former male escort is furious at being identified in Sean Diddy Combs' ex trafficking trial, angrily denying that he ever had a freak off with the rapper's ex, Cassie Ventura. Vin Armani was identified by Ventura as one of those paid to take part in disturbing X sessions, with his photo among those shown during Combs' high profile trial. But the former Vegas escort, who starred in Showtime's reality TV shows Gigolos, insists it is a case of mistaken identity, while ripping prosecutors for not contacting him for his side of the story. This has sucked for me that my name has been brought into this. I have never had an interaction with Diddy and or Cassie that included or where I witnessed violence, illegal, I'm gonna say meds, contracting for actual services, acts, or prostitution, or the transportation of any person from anywhere to anywhere whatsoever, he insisted. Armani admits he hung out with literally hundreds of celebrities on a regular basis, but never in one of those now notorious freak-offs central to the case against Combs. Had any attorney or authority ever contacted me, this fact would have been plain for them to see. Armani, who wrote a book who wrote a 2011 book about his profession, Tao of the Gigolo, said he was angry after having started a new life in tech and crypto following a move to Saipan, a small island in the Pacific. He is furious that a since-deleted TMZ story identified him as Jules, the ex-worker involved in an infamous 2016 night at the Intercontinental Hotel in Century City, LA, where Diddy was caught on video viciously beating, kicking, and dragging Ventura. This TMZ BS and the lack of professionalism or competence from the prosecution has damaged my reputation. Combs is accused of using his fame, fortune, and many businesses to run a racketeering scheme in which he controlled Ventura over the course of their 10-year on-again, off-again relationship, using violence and threats and forcing her and others into unprotected X and med-fueled freak-off X marathons. So this is just another piece. He is saying that they got it wrong. He said that TMZ got it wrong and somebody should have contacted him. Lastly, let's talk about this witness, Frederick Zamore. It says, hotel manager said Combs always left a costly mess. One of the last witnesses of the week was Frederick Zamore, the general manager of L'Hermitage Beverly Hills in California. He revealed that Combs' guest profile noted that he always spilled candle wax on everything and uses excessive amounts of oil. The profile instructed staff to place the room out of order upon departure for a deep cleaning. Please authorize an extra $1,000 when guest stays with us to cover any room damages, Combs' guest profile said. Witnesses have testified that Combs liked to use candles and baby oil during freak-offs. And that's the thing. So many people have had some kind of witness to this. Somebody has had to clean up after this. And I said that with his executive assistant, his former executive assistant. So all the feds are doing right now is putting all of this together. And obviously, if this is happening in hotels from California to New York, all over the place, so that people have seen this across the country. I'm totally sure there's been places in between. I do not believe that this is going to be that hard for them to connect the dots and say that this was X trafficking and transporting of these people. But I would like to hear what you think. What are your thoughts? Join the conversation. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.